And welcome to Mock the Week. In fact, the second last episode of the last ever series of Mock the Week. I'm Dara Breen. Joining this week are Ed Byrne, Jem Brister and Sean McLaughlin, Angela Barnes, Hugh Dennis and Glenn Moore. We start tonight with a round called If This Is the Answer, What Is the Question? On the board are 6 categories. Ed, it is your 73rd and final episode. And actually, not because the show is ending, it was going to be your final episode anyway. Which category would you like?
I'll have home news, please, Dara.
Your topic is home news. If the answer is 3 hours, what is the question?
How long does an episode of Mock the Week feel when I'm not on it?
Is it what's the world record for the 200-metre breaststroke on land?
Is it how long did Liz Truss seem like a good idea?
Is it in my local CAF? How long is the 5-second rule?
Is it how long I spent trying to convince the Dragons to invest in my memory foam toilet seat?
Is it how long can there be a silence in a Liz Truss interview before she thinks, oh, it's getting a bit awkward now?
Is it how long does each shot take in tantric snooker?
I mean, because you've got to fill all the holes as well.
Is it how long I take to answer when someone asks me if I want to be their bloody bridesmaid?
Is it, in an average episode of Mock the Week, how many hours of jokes about Dara banging Brian Cox don't make the edit? Including this one.
There's 2 guys who like the night sky.
Is it how long it takes Wallace and Gromit to make breakfast when there's been a power cut?
Is it, now that the bridge is out, how much longer does the diversion take to get into Crimea?
You've been sensitive about the Russian traffic situation, aren't you?
Is it the interval time between the Treasury releasing a statement and the Bank of England bailing out the government?
Is it since going vegan, how long does it take me to wipe my arse?
Is it how long does it take to type in my Netflix password using the TV remote?
Do we have the correct answer?
Is it how long are we expecting the blackouts to be when they come?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much, Ed Byrne.
That's my job to get the right answer.
Stop it. Ed's shaking up the
My
format.
job to do the right answer.
How long will he seethe for now that I've given the right answer?
Yes, the question I was looking for was how long could households face having their power switched off for under emergency plans drawn up by the National Grid? This is the news in the midst of an energy crisis. One potential scenario involves rolling blackouts of 3 hours at a time if gas supplies fall short. So how are we going to deal with the energy blackouts?
Well, first of all, I'm interested they're called blackouts. Now, they used to be called power cuts,
Yes.
didn't they, or outages, or Liz Truss's winter wonderland.
I've got a plan. Like, I'm quite happy about it because at some point in my life, I must have mentioned in passing that I quite like scented candles. And at last I'm going to get a chance to use them. And sure, it might be a bit overpowering. I've got a lot of them, and I've got the really expensive ones. So if you do come to my house in a power cut, it is going to smell a bit like Gwyneth Paltrow's exposing herself in a pine forest.
There is a way that you can look up whether or not your area is going to have a blackout, and they've got a website, and if you go on the website, and if the website doesn't load, then that means it is your area that's currently...
I don't get this because they're protecting heat
They want it
over light.
Yeah, over electricity.
But being dark is way worse than cold. So what? I don't know why. Like, no one's ever said, "Oh God, I'd hate to meet him in a refrigerated alley." Like, what? I don't
understand. We made 3-hour rolling blackouts because, and the government have Liz Truss has said this won't happen, and that's a Liz Truss guarantee. You can take that to the bank.
People are used to a certain standard of living in this country, and we're not going to dial it back. I mean, look, I know that's not the best thing for the environment, but I still fill my kettle all the way to the top with diesel.
There were many news reports during the week about how it's affecting other countries. There were one about Scandinavia, for example. Apparently, people in Scandinavia are using less saunas. And you're going, oh, thank you, I need it explained to me in terms of different racial stereotypes.
It does diminish the appeal, though, doesn't it? Because without heat, a sauna is basically just naked people shivering in a shed, isn't it?
Why don't they just wear clothes in the sauna and turn it down a bit?
Good plan.
Can I point out, sorry, at the minute of all this, like whatever side, there will be moments where you see me bat
fly.
There is a
furiously.
fly,
There is
yeah.
a fly who has decided to hover around me, and that is a kind of a visual metaphor for a show that's almost at the end of its life. So you will see me lashing out at the fly occasionally as if it is death itself. Be gone, harbinger of doom.
The fly has nowhere to live now that the rats have left the sinking ship.
In other news, who has stepped in for a third time in a fortnight to stabilise the economy?
The Bank of England.
Thank heavens they're here.
It was me. You're welcome.
The bank has put in addition to the 65 billion purchase of government bonds, it's now going to buy a further 5 billion of index-linked debt.
Before we go any further, we ought to just take a moment and give the Tories a chance, because they've only been in government for 12 years. And I think it's typical of this sort of left-wing, woke organisation like the Bank of England.
I have seen a glimpse of the OBR forecast, the long-awaited OBR forecast. It's just a single sheet of paper with a turd emoji on it.
None of us understand it. That's part of the problem. Because the economy basically is like a drunk woman crying outside a nightclub, right? I know that something really bad is happening, but I just can't understand what it is.
Did he get it? No.
The Bank of England do need to step in because the situation's so messed up just financially for everyone across the country. Like, I've realised that renting in a city is so expensive, it would be cheaper for me to just not rent anywhere and instead just try to do an escape room really badly.
I've got loads of money-saving tips. Like, I buy scratch cards. Every day I buy a scratch. I never win, but I keep them in case one day they change the rules.
At the moment, our best hope and the current economic plan is to maybe Saudi Arabia will buy the country. And then, you know, with proper investment, might get us back into the top 5 again. And if we're really lucky, break into Europe.
That's a football analogy, isn't it?
The football analogy and the Brexit joke disguised. I mean, it really was. We peaked. It's why now I'm going to spend the rest of the thing hunting a fly going, clever girl. Moving on, what's going on here?
That really is the face of a man who finds sparkling water too spicy.
That's Michael Gove going, a photographer? Yes. Kill him.
Is he hearing...
Sorry.
Sorry. It looks like you're both trying to hit me.
Sorry, fly.
Is he currently hearing, you are currently 12th in the queue to be Prime Minister?
I think this is a picture of the demon headmaster being told that Ofsted are on their way. Would that joke have worked better if the fly wasn't on my head?
Is he going, well, where exactly is the pick-up point?
Is this about what one of Liz Truss's closest aides, or I don't know, somebody said something about him having, what was it, a darkness inside him?
A darkness in his heart, yes.
A darkness
inside him that corrupts his soul.
So, is he on Grindr, or is he... or has he just got off Grindr and he's just got on the phone and gone, come over at 7 and feel the darkness inside me?
In other news, why will it be expensive to visit Liverpool next May?
It's the Eurovision Song
Contest. The Eurovision Song Contest, yes.
I think I know an absolutely perfect time to have a rolling blackout in Liverpool.
Everyone here always impersonates the nil point thing, so do you think there'll be people in Slovakia this time sort of going, he's got 6 points?
Saying they were were going to, because the accommodation's so expensive, they were saying they were going to build a big campsite, which basically is what Eurovision is, isn't it?
I think it's crazy that we're even having the event. Like, Eurovision is probably the most brightly lit event on Earth at a time that we're having power outages. Like, some Latvian gets to dress up like a space pirate and dance about while I'm at home drawing my own pornography. But what...
Oh, we were supposed to give you a present for your last appearance.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it a fly?
We sent some to Snappy Snaps, and they got... you can put... They got a pair of white ones with my face on it.
I mean, you say you went to Snappy Snaps, you've just been rifling through Brian Cox's underwear.
Yeah, OK, I gave that round. Points go to Angela, Hugh, and Glenn. Now we play a round called Join Us in 10 Years from Mock the Week. Where are they now? This game involves Sean and Glenn. So if you could make your way to the performance area, please. This round's a stand-up challenge. I launch the wheel of news, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers will step forward and talk about that subject. OK, here we go. Our first topic, please. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is ageing. Sean.
Yeah, well, I'm worried about ageing, of course. I'm 34, so I'm really in the business end of my mid-20s. My wife's actually turning 30 soon. She's really struggling with it. She keeps saying things like, I can't be 30, I don't feel like a grown-up. And I'm like, that's not how life works, babe. You know, just because you don't feel like something doesn't mean you're not something. You know, I don't feel like a tax avoider. It doesn't change what I am. The truth is, I'm in my 30s, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life. The happiest I've ever... Not because my life's improved in any way, shape or form. I've just finally lowered my ambitions enough that they fit there. I mean, you think this is what I wanted to be when I was a kid? You think this is what I wanted to look like? Roald Dahl character on a come-down. You think this is what I wanted to be? Lionel Messi's crackhead nephew. I hate my life. I thought I was a genius. All through my teens and 20s, I thought I was a genius, despite all evidence to the contrary. I thought I was a great mind, despite being described by one of my university professors as, and I quote, the worst student I have ever encountered in life or fiction. Right, fiction. But it slips away, youth. Slips away. We have it and it goes. No one knows where it goes. 1 minute you're 19, you're smoking spliffs in your bedroom, you're saying things like, Kings of Leon can change the world. Before you know it, you're 34. Man from EDF Energy's knocking at your door. You're pretending you're Spanish. You don't have to give a meter reader. Yo, it goes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Sean. OK, that leaves us with Glenn. Let's see what your topic is. Let's spin the wheel. And the topic is drinking.
When I drink, I go by the usual drinking rules. You know, sort of like beer before wine, makes you feel fine. Absinthe before whiskey, please call me an ambulance. The usual. I never really thought I drank that much until one day my girlfriend felt the need to ask me if I was over the drink-drive limit. And I was like, you know, OK, do you know what? If we're counting one shot of whiskey as over the drink-drive limit, then fine, OK? Right, I'm 11 times over the drink-drive limit. And she got angry at me, told me off. She called me immature. That is what stopped me most. She called me immature. Day of my dog's birthday party. Immature. Our whole relationship was based on alcohol. The first date we ever went on, it was fueled by drink. Tipsiest date I've ever been on. She was flirting with me in the most tipsy, flirtatious way. She did something called the cherry stem trick. She was eating from this bowl of cherries on the first date, got a cherry stem, put it into her mouth, tied it into a knot with her tongue. It's got very sexual connotations. Then she took things one step further. She put a whole Kinder Egg in her mouth, pulled out a fully assembled toy. I'm trying to go the whole year without alcohol as a fun challenge, and now I'm trying to, like, jazz up sober life in any way I can. Like, now, for instance, when I have tea in the mornings, I have black tea, and I have milk in a separate shot glass, and I put the shot glass of milk inside the tea and knock it over like a Jaeger bomb. It's the only way I can enjoy it. You know, my parents tried to cheer me up, took me to Alton Towers to try and cheer me up. I was still miserable there. We had such a miserable time at Alton Towers that after we'd been on the log flume, we bought a photo of a different family's ride. Thank you.
Well done, very good. At the end of that round, points go to Sean McLaughlin. next round is called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask to tell me what's happening. So, teams, what's going on here?
Is he just powering up the Independentron 3000?
Is this the least sexy scene in Ghost?
You know, say what you like about Nicola Sturgeon, she really takes her home brewing seriously.
But she's terrible at hide and seek.
I was behind her all along in a high-vis jacket. How did you not see me?
I think she's saying, oh, it's incredible to be here, referendum.
You go, Nicola, can we talk about something else? Certainly. What's interesting is that this valve moves independently of this valve.
Yes, it is.
He's on your head.
Is he go? Is he gone?
He's gone.
Oh, you missed
Jesus
it.
Christ, I even punched myself in the face. This is a sub-theme which is going to be really irritating.
He's sensing something about your body, though.
What? My scent? My
You're
musk?
dying inside.
Oh, my sadness. That's where flies are drawn to sadness.
Aren't flies drawn to shit?
Okay. Trying to be poetic about it.
That is the comment of a man who knows this show is coming to an end.
Making my first and last appearance on the show tonight.
Is she three-wheeling? I've been Glenn Moore. Thank you very, very much.
Every time she turns the wheel, Alex Salmond is stretched a little bit further.
Is she saying, what's up?
She's just trying to intimidate Liz Truss by saying, this is what I made out of the Smurf that crossed me.
Is he going, she who can turn and open the valve shall become the Queen of independent Scotland?
Do they have the correct answer, please?
That is Nicola Sturgeon.
Absolutely right. Thank you very much. You. Very good. Yes, this is Scotland's First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon, who delivered the keynote speech at the SNP conference this week. What policy was at the forefront of her speech?
Nicola Sturgeon wants a referendum for independence. We get it. It's not news. It's like saying Dara likes space. We know.
No, Dara told you he needs space.
Oh, right, different.
But she said she wants to call a referendum herself, doesn't she? But Boris, in one of his last things as Prime Minister, said that was illegal and he should know.
All that Liz Truss needs to do is just for the next year try and make England look as fun as possible. So, like, every time a Scottish person looks over, she's sort of like, OK, right now.
She's also very pissed off, isn't she, that Liz Truss hasn't called her.
Yeah,
Although I think possibly she has. You know, the call where she picked up and went, hello, and then there was just a very, very long...
Yeah, must have been no connection there.
well, if she wanted someone to give her a weak pound and then not call her, she'd probably have stuck with Alex Salmond.
How do we know that Liz Truss hasn't tried to call her? I mean, all we know about Liz Truss is that she's terrible at everything. So for all we know, she's just stood there holding her entire landline up, going, Scotland! And wondering why...
Yeah.
She's got a banana to her ear.
I'm trying everything over here!
Mashing the buttons. Quasi, you try it. He's mashing the buttons. Why doesn't that work?
It is embarrassing to be ghosted by the least popular person in the UK. Like, it's like if you got deleted on Facebook by a hot woman in your area.
It's not news that Nicola Sturgeon detests the Tories. I don't really understand why everyone's so upset about it. And so for balance, I mean, this is the BBC and we should have balance. I just want to say I also detest the Tories.
Really leaving it out there. Great stuff. Oh, man. Talk like that will get the show taken off the air. In other news, this is a great story. Why was man particularly unhappy about a $70 charge on his pay-per-view bills?
Well, this is because apparently his dog
Yes?
accidentally downloaded some pay-for porn on
Yep.
his TV. Well, you laugh. It's very easily done, because when I was on tour, my cockapoo downloaded Tinder and made a profile for my husband. Easy that.
It happened. It happened. They're a curious animal. That's not actually the dog in question, although it was a situation similar to that. The dog went into the remote control and managed to order $70 worth of pornography, and after a few minutes, the man rang to complain.
It wasn't even the dog's fault, was it? He inadvertently went on a site called Give the Dog a Bone.
Or did it search rough sex?
Do dogs just call the sex position style?
I know, yeah, it's all very well to be told about this. The dog was just happy to see people who were let onto the bed. Look at those people. They're allowed to go upstairs. They're allowed to go upstairs. I want to see more footage of the people going upstairs.
Yeah.
That's really, really good.
That guy's wearing a collar as well.
Yeah.
I find it so dumb when people pay for porn. I have never paid a penny for porn in my life. I've paid a lot of Bosnian marker.
Well, it's like people who pay for flowers when you can get them free on a lamppost.
When you read the story, like, the implication of the coverage is that the man...
Had a wank.
ordered the porn. Yes. Ordered the porn himself and then blamed the dog. And why would he even order porn? If you've got a dog, you just fuck that.
This is the one after which I'm supposed to give points. That is the joke.
I feel like that, if that is the last... It's a shame now we're going to do scenes like see. I would be very happy for that to be the last joke I ever tell.
At the end of the round, the joke that you are ending 17 years. We've been doing 73 episodes, and this is how you'd like to finish it. Yeah, OK. At the end of that round, the points go to Sean, Jen, and Ed. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics, then we'll see what our panels can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is things you wouldn't hear on a news programme.
Popular Irish comedian Ed Byrne was today arrested for... Is that right, a dog?
Vladimir Putin has expressed his sadness at the death of a former colleague who died tomorrow after falling off a balcony.
I guess I'm just going to keep rubbing it until he rolls over and falls asleep. Oh, you mean what am I going to do about the next election?
This is Hugh Edwards for Babe Station at the Labour Party conference.
So the good news is half of the hostages have been released. The bad news is there was only one hostage.
Bribery on Everest, it's corruption at the highest level.
There are allegations of doping in junior sports teams. I'm here with the under-11s captain now. Tom, what do you think?
Has social media robbed politics of its civility? To discuss this now, we have typical lefty Ramoner twat and a gammon-faced arsehole.
Animal news now.
Woof. Well, joining me here in this field is Peter, who's an expert in parachutes not opening. Now, Peter, how did you get into this profession?
And reports coming in... Oh, apparently Mock the Week has been cancelled because the BBC's been taken hostage by a bunch of miserable Tory can't take a fucking joke.
Are budget cuts affecting ITV coverage? Let's go over to our political world, education, economic, religious technology correspondent.
And the hunt for the missing bikini model is now over as police say they have discovered a Beachbody-ready body on the beach.
I would like to apologise for my earlier report from outside the zoo. I truly thought that MILF stood for monkey I'd like to film.
Fire at the scented candle factory. This report does contain de-stressing scenes.
The riot is taking place just over a stone's throw from here. Sit!
ITV News will be back after these messages. I still love you, Susan! And we're back.
Police are appealing for witnesses. If anybody has any information leading to the apprehension of the perpetrators, please call 0800 snitches are bitches.
OK, the next topic is unlikely lines from a children's book.
10% by Christmas? We are absolutely fucked, said the borrowers.
Oh, Tigger, said Piglet, why are you so bouncy? It's methamphetamine. And by the way, I've sold your telly.
Somebody's been eating my porridge, said Mummy Bear. You can have mine, said Daddy Bear. I've just eaten this blonde girl I found in the bedroom.
What big eyes you have, Grandma.
Really? Because I don't think these drugs are working.
He was off to present yet another TV show in a new adventure for Dara the Explorer.
As they stood drinking Bovril in a rainy car park, it felt like the end was near for the rail replacement bus children.
Why do all the children laugh at our old-fashioned names? Dick said to Fanny, Vulva, Titty and Scrotum the dog.
We're going on a bear hunt. Because Simon likes his men big, hairy and in leather chaps.
The third little pig made his house out of bricks. And on the door, he put a picture of his penis and a little sign saying, "Blow this, you hairy bag of shit."
The famous five were in a lot of trouble after a series of IRA bombings. Sorry, the Guildford Four. The Guildford Four were in trouble.
My name's Paddington, said the bear. I don't give a shit who you are, said Suella. You're going to Rwanda, mate.
It's the fly.
Have you got it?
No one fucks with me.
And the baby fly said to Mummy Fly, "But where's Daddy?"
No, said Spot the dog. Don't let me go to Ed Burns' house. He makes me do things.
We are without the sorting hat today, said Professor Snape, so I'll be filling in. So just stick your head up my arse and I'll tell you what house you're in.
Why do I keep on setting off the metal detectors, said Tintin.
You're a wizard, Harry. Welcome to the KKK.
And the Cat in the Hat said goodbye to Thing 1 and Thing 2 as the vet snipped them off and put them in a bin.
You've gone dark in your old age, haven't
Hey, is the bear with the marmalade still at the station? Obviously not. It was a live bear in a train station. We killed it. It's dead. All right.
Damn, said Geppetto. If I'd known this would happen, I would have made a wooden prostitute.
At the end of that round, the points go to Sean, Jen and Ed. And that's the end of the show. This week's winners are Angela Barnes, Hugh Dennis and Glenn Moore. Commiserations to Ed Byrne, Jen Brister and Sean McLaughlin.
One shot.
Thanks for watching. We'll be back next week with the final Mock the Week ever. I'm Dara O'Brien. Good night.
So enormous names looking for a breakout star, up-and-coming greats. Please stand up. You get it? In new shows in Deptford, Exeter and Derry. BBC New Comedy Awards. Press red now.
Welcome to Mock the Week. I'm Dara O'Brien, and joining me this week for our final ever show are Rhys James, Zoe Lyons and Ahar Shah, Angela Barnes, Hugh Dennis and Alistair Beckett-King. We start tonight with a round called Picture of the Week. I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, teams, what's going on here?
So, where do you see yourself in 5 minutes?
Where are they all? Well, Liz, I think they're at your leaving party.
Sorry, I apologise. We've had... it's the second week of being in the studio, and for some reason we get lots of flies in the studio, so I brought an electrified tennis racket. I will get that fly before the end of the show. That's just a thing. It's going to happen. It's not really a major part of the show, but the fly is really pissing me off.
I managed to catch the fly last week just with my bare hands.
Yeah, well, I like technology, my friend. None of you as well. I will deal with the fly. Carry on, yes.
Is it Jeremy Hunt going, for the purposes of the tape, Jeremy Hunt interview with Liz Truss, charge willful destruction of the economy?
Is it the annual meeting of the Liz Truss and Jeremy Hunt fan club?
He's going, oh, no. Who's done this budget for you, love?
Is she going, I want you to undo everything? And he's going, I'm not sure that's appropriate.
It's very clear from this photo that fundamentally it's curtains for the pair of them.
Yeah.
He's saying, I'm going nowhere. I've glued both of my fingers to the table.
Yeah. She's going, it wasn't me, you see. They told me to do it. That's why none of them are here.
Why are there 2 chairs at the head of the table? Who chairs these meetings, Ant and Dec?
This is actually a preview from the near future where the Tories only have 2 seats.
Does anyone have the correct answer, please?
That's Jeremy Hunt and Liz Truss.
Absolutely right. Thank you very much, Hugh. Very good. Yes. At the time of recording, Hunt is still the Chancellor and Liz Truss is still the Prime Minister. And literally could just do a series of these, just on the off chance. Of course, just after we recorded this, Liz Truss was mounted into a catapult and fired into the sun. Could be anything. Liz Truss was taken out of Downing Street on a gurney, muttering the words, I took decisive action, I took decisive action, I took decisive action. As the doctor says, she'll get all the care she needs.
There is a sort of irony that we have been cancelled, but we're still likely to survive longer than Liz Truss.
She's got a very unfortunate manner about her, hasn't she? Liz Truss looks like a woman who failed an audition for the next season of Handmaid's Tale for being just too freaky looking.
What we're doing right now is just like a perfect allegory for the Tories, isn't it? We're all just sat around in fancy clothes, continuing to talk about current affairs as if we don't know this is all over. I mean, look, I'm all for this fancy dress code, but it does feel a bit on the nose. We've now dressed like the band on the Titanic.
It was an honour to play with you, Reece.
The pound is a symbol of British financial stability, isn't it? So if King Charles's picture is on the new ones, he's going to be going...
The difficulty I have with this story is that it's about the economy, and for me, the economy is like a family pet with an erection. It's unpleasant, but difficult to ignore.
It's interesting, if you go to the Exchequer now, there's a little booth and you pick a number and it goes, Chancellor number 5.
What I don't get about the Kwasi thing is so he was summoned back from a meeting in America, he was talking to, like, the IMF, and I read that he didn't know why he was being recalled to the UK, which is weird, because I knew. All upon him that he was like, a surprise party pour moi.
But he says he didn't have a clue that he was going to be sacked, but he's pretty low on the list of things he didn't have a clue about.
Doesn't the Chancellor move into number 11?
Yes.
Do you think he even had time to, like, put any posters up? I bet he didn't even unpack his toasty maker.
I mean, like, not to give it away, but I was on holiday when we were told that this was cancelled, like, whatever, but it was fine, because I was on holiday, so I just ordered some booze. They didn't call me back. That's the holiday, so we can sack you to your face.
That's the difference between you and I, you having that lovely I genuinely, when I got the phone call about Mock the Week being cancelled, was washing fox shit off a cockapoo.
I'm glad you finished that sentence.
Kwasi thought, he probably thought he was all for the free market, but now he's wondering if he should have introduced legislation making it more difficult to sack people. Do you think that's possible? He's probably thinking, never mind, at least I've got a good pension. Oh, no!
It's easy to criticise Liz Truss, but I think she's done what no other politician could do, which is make the Labour Party electable.
It's a very good day, however, for the careers team at her old school, because she has gone on record saying that her old school didn't recognise my potential. Turns out they nailed it.
Sorry, are we seriously just going to sit around this whole show talking about the news? I just thought it was the last day. I thought we'd, like, play board games and stuff. I brought Uno.
Exactly the same thought, but I was just a bit smarter. I bought the Would I Lie to You game to get...
Angela? True.
Yeah. Meanwhile, what's going on here?
Imagine being such a boring president. You can turn up in an ice cream parlour and the people there are just on their phone.
Is he saying this is a 44 Magnum, the most powerful ice cream in the world?
I'll tell you something, I've seen my granddad eat an ice cream, and that is not enough napkins.
I think he's just saying, hey, this guy called Kwasi gave me his ice cream and said he needed to run to the airport.
I bet he's ordering all, like, 1950s desserts. Going, give me your best buttercream sundae pie with extra fruit pips, please.
Or he's going, who wants a lick of Grandpappy's ice cream?
There's something weird about eating an ice cream in a tie, isn't there? It's a bit like going to a soft play in your work shoes.
Doing a panel show in a tux.
Yeah.
You're going, I've got brain freeze and I haven't even eaten the ice cream.
The only cones that Republicans like are the white ones that go over the... Sorry, too edgy.
This is why we were cancelled, Alistair. God damn it. You can't lose the racists.
I'm sorry, I'd like to apologise to the Ku Klux Klan for any offence in my previous...
Has to be Alistair, of all the people on the panel, you'd be the one who'd be least successful as a Ku Klux Klan member, because your hair would come out the bottom of your coat.
Do we really think that he'd be the least successful Ku Klux Klan?
I suppose that's an excellent point. At the end of the round, the points go to Zoe and Reese. Now we play a round called Wheel of News, because that's what it's always been called. It's always been called Wheel of News. You must be misremembering another name. This game involves Reese, and you know what? Since the last time, me. I'm going to have a go. So while we make our way to the performance area, Hugh, you come and sit down and do the reading on this. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's why you put on trousers this
Yeah.
Oh, no, look.
I'll do that. OK.
Right, OK, what do I do?
You read all the way through there.
OK. This round is a stand-up challenge. I launch the Wheel of News, and wherever it chooses to stop, one of our performers must step forward and talk about that subject. And the winner is whoever I think is the funniest. OK, here we go. Spin the wheels. So the first subject is parties. Who wants to have a go about that?
I'll do it. I get invited to a lot of parties, usually as a waiter. The parties have changed as I've got older, you know. Recently, I had to go to a murder mystery party because it's not enough to go to a dinner party anymore and just wish you were dead. It's always the same, the way you get invited to this stuff. It's always, come round to my house, I'm having a dinner party. Yeah, it's not always hosted by Tom Allen, but quite often. Come along! I'm having a dinner party, that's right. But not just any dinner party, a dinner party set in 1956. Oh, there's a dress code, and the dress code is inconvenient. You've all got to be in character all night. That's how a murder mystery works. You're all in character all night, right? And the characters of this thing are impossibly international. Right, the representation on display is... I went to this one, there was like a Swiss diplomat character, there was a German scientist, a British naval officer. One of the characters was Chinese. None of the guests were Chinese. That's a real test of acting range and moral acceptability. As Sharon from St Albans attempts to spend her evening as Emperor Yang. I mean, she nailed it, but it was not OK. I got my character. My character was needlessly French. His name was Jacques Philippe. And Jacques Philippe was a struggling French journalist in need of a big story to save his career, right? But I was mingling. I was in character. I was like, OK, I'll go around. I'll be Jacques Philippe. I was there like, bonjour, bonjour, je m'appelle Jacques Philippe. Je suis un struggling French journalist in need of a grand story to save ma career. Because a French GCSE will only get you so far. As soon as I saw his name, I was like, oh, I hope this guy likes going swimming with his dad, or I'm screwed.
OK, that leaves us with Dara, so let's see what your topic is. Spin the wheel, please. OK. Your topic is job loss?
Yeah. Let's spin it again.
OK, let's spin it again.
Spin it again. Is that an option?
Yeah, it's always been an option.
Yeah.
Did you not know that? Dora, you don't have to take the first
I
thing.
just had to improvise a Tom Allen impression.
No, you can always go for another topic. Let's get something completely different.
OK.
Yeah, let's go for another.
Let's spin the wheel again. This is, I think on here, it's seeking new employment. Is that all right?
Just one more. Just go for one more, and we'll see if it's something more.
Leave it with me.
OK.
Spin it once more. Slightly incomprehensible, but this is retirement.
Yeah. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I'm not ready to be retired for many reasons, not least because I am no use around the house. The one thing I've insisted on the house is that, like, I'd like the house to be quite automated, and I have done that, like with Alexa, for example. Got Alexa to the house, not because I felt it would automate the house, but also because I felt it'll kind of be sexy. It'll kind of be a cool thing to do. You'd arrive home after an evening out with your lady, and Alexa would be there, and you'd go, Alexa, play some Prince. And then the sweet, funky music would start, and it would all be a lovely mood. Like, but obviously, the limitations of my accent and voice recognition are as you go, Alexa, play some Prince, and Alexa will go, printing documents now. And then you have to bang to the incessant rhythm of the printer. And that is incredibly difficult to maintain. Jesus, those things are relentless. I'm not a young man anymore, but I can do 3 minutes of that speed tops before I'm praying for a paper jam or any kind of cartridge problem, right? But I did put all the others. There's an app you can put all the stuff on your phone onto. The lighting, all this kind of stuff, like whatever. All that kind of stuff, like whatever. Never necessarily that smart, like whatever. The lighting, for example, wasn't a great idea because I'd often be woken very middle of the night. I'd be going, oh, the lights, whoa, what are the lights doing on? And then I realised that my wife, on the train to work at 7 a.m., had simply taken out her phone and gone, time you got up, bang. So, this is escalating. Onto the same app, I've now put heating and air conditioning. So at will, I can plunge individual rooms into cold and dark and then use Spotify to play children singing nursery rhymes. I did this while I was away on tour one day, and then I rang my wife to see if she enjoyed my little joke. And she said, you seem to have forgotten that I was on call tonight. I'm actually at work. But I just had a text from the babysitter, and she's shitting herself.
At the end of that round, I'm going to give all the points to Gara, because then at the end of the game, he's going to give all the points to me.
That's it! Very good. Our next round is called, if this is the answer, what is the question? On the board are 6 categories. Zoe, which category would you like?
Let's go with home news, please.
Home news it is. If the answer is 17 years, what is the question?
Is it when will I hit my sexual peak?
What's the maximum amount of time you can reply to a text with, sorry, just saw this?
Is it, let's be honest, best case scenario, what Jubilee does Charles make?
I said best. I think it's when I take my bra off, how long do my breasts swing like a Newton's cradle?
Is it how long do you have to spend in prison until you become an old guy with the book trolley?
Until what age did I think when a group of men live together, their boners sync up? I will be taking no further questions.
Is it where I come from? What age do you start being a MILF?
How long into a relationship is too long to turn to your partner and say, so what kind of music are you into?
How long have I secretly preferred Have I Got News for You?
So, does anyone have any... yes.
Yeah, the real answer.
Yes?
How long is it since you had hope in your eyes?
Also known as...
How long has it been since we started Mock the Week?
Absolutely right. Thank you very much. Cheers. You're very good. Yes, the question I was looking for was, how long has Mock the Week been on TV? This is the news that after 17 years and 232 episodes, Mock the Week is coming to an end. So, how do you feel about the show ending?
Not great.
Yeah.
But I think we've got an opportunity here. Obviously, we've dressed up. We've got to think about what the final shot of the whole thing's going to be.
Right.
My suggestion is it's Lily Allen playing an acoustic version of the theme tune as a megabus slowly disappears.
While we're having a sort of touching, emotional moment, I think I'd just really like to pay tribute to all the female panellists that came before me on this show. So thank you, both of you.
Hugh, you have done all 232
I have, yeah.
episodes. Look, I don't want to be sentimental about this, like whatever, but we have got you a little gift.
You're not a sentimental man, are you?
No, I'm not. But we got you this. It's a commemorative plate, and it just says... well done for doing Mock of the Week. Well, there's only... The man said, look, it's totally unique. It's just you. That's the only one in the world. That's absolutely the only
apart from the one that I've bought you.
Dara, actually, I got you a card and a gift.
Did you?
Yeah. I got you a card. Here you go. First of all.
Do I open the card first?
Yeah, sure.
OK. Enjoy your retirement.
Good luck. Good luck with everything.
Yeah. You put £5 in. okay.
And here's your gift.
Oh, wow, you got me a gift.
A lot of thought went into this.
Oh, we really have. It's a copy of Bus Simulator 16.
This was my first proper telly job that I got, my first proper bit on telly. And sort of gauging the way the evolution of television goes for women my age. After this, it'll be Loose Women, Rip Off Britain, Death. So this has been...
Yeah.
This is thanks to the clinical.
I am so looking forward. I mean, you know, people have said, what is your favourite moment in the show? And it is, my favourite moment has not yet happened because I know how much you want it, Dara, and I'm really looking forward to the last time you press that buzzer and it launches you into space.
That'd be an amazing scenes we'd like to see. I would there go, slowly. Is there any way we keep the show on the air? There is a petition. Have you heard about the petition?
I think we could save it if we just ended on a cliffhanger. That's how you get the petitions to get loads of signatures. People want to know the closure of the cliffhanger. So if we just literally get to the end where you're like, that's it for Mock the Week, goodbye, and I'm like, Dara, I'm your son. Blackout.
OK, and here is the final story we will ever do on Mock the Week, so we had to pick a really, obviously, really important one. So, you know, why are some new iPhones making unwanted emergency calls?
Oh, it's because they've... On roller coasters in the States, they've detected movement and have sent out, like, an SOS alarm to iPhone services or whatever. Yeah.
So if you go to, you know, Alton Towers, whatever, it will keep sending emergency calls to your family, going, he's on Alton Towers again. Some behaviours will set it off. Vigorous sex, for example, depending on the type of vigorous sex you do. Roller coasters, sex on a roller coaster, particularly dangerous.
And it's Apple Watches as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So don't let teenage boys wear one, for Christ's sake.
Yeah. Also, if...
Dara, and do you always have your phone when you're having violent sex, Dara?
Well, first, I said vigorous sex, which is very different to violent sex. I don't want to go down whatever dark route you are going here, my friend. Vigorous just means energetic and happy, like whatever. Your grim darkness. I don't need that in my mind, and that's it. That's it. All I'll be thinking of you going, have a bit of this. Have a bit of this. That's the phrase I associate with you.
Where do you keep your phone when you're having vigorous sex?
Yeah.
Just betwixt your buttocks.
You say you don't do violent sex, but you own an electrified tennis racket.
Yeah, but I don't use it in sex. I mean, it's just...
You must have given it a go.
Yeah.
It's electrified! I'm electrifying my tongue. It was meant to be sexy, and now it's just me electrifying myself.
I don't know about you, but I'm turned on.
Yeah. At the end of that round, the points go to Ahar, Zoe and Reid. Now we come to scenes we'd like to see. So if everyone can make their way over to the performance area, I'll read out this week's topics, and then we'll see what our panellists can come up with. OK, here we go. The first subject is things you wouldn't hear on a makeover show.
So we've put Steve in a Millwall top and some tracky bottoms. You're watching Straight Eye.
And to prove I really do think Kate looks better after the makeover, here I am touching her with a barge pole.
Well, Sophie specified she wanted 38D, so we have replaced her smaller boobs with an aeroplane seat.
Michelle, you wanted to feel 25 again, so we've given you 50 grand's worth of student debt.
I call this look Gandalf at a wedding.
Well, with a new look and a much-changed face, Alison will be furious we've made this documentary about her witness protection programme.
We're going going to make Steve look good naked by getting his partner Debbie hammered?
When Sarah approached us, she said she wanted a little more male attention, so we've made her tweet something slightly incorrect about Doctor Who.
The channel would like to apologise for last week's episode of Look Good Naked with Jacob Rees-Mogg. Some things you really can't unsee. And why does a penis need a monocle?
Well, you said you wanted something figure-hugging. This is our producer, Phil.
Nothing ages you faster than stress. So you've got 30 minutes to change your life. Go, do it now!
Debbie really does now look like a vibrant 45-year-old. Unfortunately, she's 22.
Well, I think we've all agreed you look much better without glasses, and that's why we've all taken ours off.
Brian has conflicting emotions about his hair transplant. On the one hand, he loves his new short, curly, dark hair. On the other, he's missing his pubes.
Joining me to discuss his incredible weight loss journey is Kwasi. Now, Kwasi, I hear you lost £65 billion in a week?
The last topic is unlikely things to hear on Mock the Week.
After you.
Welcome to Series 22.
What I've actually never told Dara is that I've connected his buzzer via Bluetooth to my love eggs.
Well, now it's time for the final scores. In second place, it's Angela with 12. And in first place, it's Hugh with 48 billion and 6.
Let's spin the wheel. And the next topic is criticism of Islam. Who wants to come in on that?
And the show has been saved by an anonymous benefactor. Still the same old show you know and love. Now time for our first round. Ooh, isn't Putin handsome?
After 17 years, the greatest will they, won't they in British television history comes to an end, as Hugh and Dara finally fuck.
Vigorously.
Some say this show is scripted and rehearsed, but as a British Asian man... Sorry, that's your one. Sorry.
And on this week's episode, 4 women.
Well, that's it for Mock the Week. As is tradition with BBC execs, once something gets to 17 years old, they're no longer interested.
Cancel us. At the end of that round, the points go to Angela, Hugh and Alistair. And that's the end of the show. This week's winners are Angela Barnes, Hugh Dennis and Alistair Beckett-King. Commiserations to Rhys James, Zoe Lyons and Arsha. And normally we just finish there, but this is the last episode, so, well, I say it's the last episode. Over the next 2 weeks, we'll be showing compilations, a history of Mock the Week, going back to the very, very start and coming all the way up to where we're at. That'll be over the next 2 weeks at the same time. We've been on for the last 17 years. We've done 232 episodes featuring 131 comedians. We've seen out 6 prime ministers, 4 US presidents, 7 England football managers and 2 archbishops of Canterbury. That wasn't a big deal.
Can I say that I have prepared a little speech? Because I get quite... Do you mind if I...
oh, by all means, yes.
Just a little speech. goodbye.
Literally it. It has been an absolute blast to do it, however, and we also leave with the quiet pride of knowing that in the years that we've been on, we have now left the country in a far more stable, prosperous and happy situation than when we started, and we'll always have that. We're not a very sentimental, very mawkish show, so we're just going to say on behalf of the production team, on behalf of myself and all the comedians here, it's been an absolute joy to talk to you and an honour. I'm Dara Breen. Good night.
Again, don't know where, don't know when, but I know we'll meet again some sunny day. Keep smiling through, just like you always do, till the blue skies drive the dark clouds far away.
God, I just had a terrible dream. I was hosting a topical panel show for 17 years. It went on and on and on. Honey, honey, honey. Yes, Dara? Welcome to the history of Mock the Week Part 1, where we go all the way back to the very beginning. Hope you enjoy it. OK, answer is 50 nights. What is the question?
Is it how much of a start was Stephen Hawking given at this year's London Marathon?
Oh, God. And so it begins. So it begins.
The show has been going 10 seconds.
Is it how many late shifts would you have to do at B&Q before you came to dismiss life as a grotesque pantomime?
Is it how long would it take Nick Park to film a Wallace and Gromit porno?
Is it...
Yeah, I like that. Only working at night.
Is it the number of nights that Michael Jackson was going to play the O2 Arena?
It is, of course. Absolutely. Thank you very much, Danny. There's news that the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, is dead. The 50-year-old star died suddenly following a cardiac arrest and was just weeks away from his This Is It tour in London. His death has left millions of fans in mourning. One devastated fan said, "I was at Disneyland when I heard he died. I didn't want to believe it. It was only when Mickey Mouse confirmed it to me that I accepted it."
I mean, what black man can produce 3 white kids? It's amazing. Frankie's got a better chance of being their dad than Michael. You're right, though, Jim.
If that is the case, they're in real trouble.
Yeah.
A choice between Michael and Frankie.
Sorry, kids, a bit of a change of location for you. You're going to live with Uncle Frankie now.
What, after staying with Michael Jackson? It's all got to be up from there, hasn't it?
You know, they said they'd had thousands of volunteers to be pallbearers at Michael Jackson's funeral. I bet they did. Where were they when Barry White died?
Do you know the weirdest thing about Michael Jackson? I didn't even know this. He was a Jehovah's Witness. That's like the least weird thing about him. I bet when he went to the Jehovah's Witness meetings, they pretended not to be in. Michael, turn the telly down.
There's just a small note from the desk that I get into my ear. Frankie, Hugh, if we could have stuff which we actually can broadcast.
Nobody mentioned that. I think that should be the anti-Speeding advert. It should be footage of Richard Hammond trying to remember his own wedding day. Or was it red? Am I married?
I don't even have like an oblique reference to him, let alone... There's a line in the sand, right? And you can't even see the line in the sand.
The way you three, particularly like that looked like the evolution of man.
We could be walking like that. We'll have to turn that way.
But we are apparently in the middle of a countryside crime wave. Have you seen this?
Some bloke sold rhubarb from an allotment.
I think they should tag it.
Just
Why don't they tag it?
Imagine the phone call. Just some deranged. They've taken it. It's gone. My prize-winning marrow. Is there no God? You have. Surely you have
could
to
just
feel
put rhubarb down his sleeves and then go.
Had I been there, you can't ever feel sorry for the. That's the lowest rung of criminality, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Finish. Just. I'm going to kill myself here.
Beautiful. Vintage Mock of the Week. He brought up the subject just so someone else could do a joke on it. Surely he might have been working towards a punchline. You ignorant.
Jesus. Could we get a higher chair for the joke umpire?
I have a feeling the Microsoft paperclip's taken some cocaine. But...
That's great. Little animation of the paper go.
Yeah.
Good, yeah. That's a really good letter.
The point I was going to make is, surely, right, fellas, but surely if you're a bank robber, you're sexy, you're dangerous, you can get diamonds for your lover. If you steal from allotments, what hope have you got, you know? You've got dirt underneath your fingernails. All you have to offer is broccoli. You know?
Hey, a woman who's going to have sex for broccoli is going to be dirty.
I was wondering if one of the reasons they were trying to steal...
Wouldn't that be... Hang on, sorry to interrupt you, Andy, but wouldn't that be the...
Frankly, I wish to go on the record and say I have now lost control.
Saying, weren't they, that Hurricane Katrina was down to... I'll start that again.
What was that?
I've got goo. I've got goo all over my face.
What?
Not the first time either.
Don't say that, mate.
Ding, ding. Yeah.
Do you think I look like Pierce Brosnan with a mouthful of sweets?
In the week that Osama bin Laden released... Ah, for fuck's sake! More of that later. Mock the week.
I foiled him by throwing a banana at him.
Who throws a banana at someone?
It's all kind of knocked on from America, isn't it? The problem
It is essentially, yeah.
Because there's two companies that are in trouble. There was an amazing headline the other day that said Fannie Mae in trouble.
The two largest financial institutions in America are Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. They're shorthand for the Federal National Mortgage Corporation and the Federal Home Loan Mortgage Corporation.
When I read the headline Fannie Mae collapse, I thought Kerry Katona was pregnant again.
Dear Deirdre, can that giant man lift me up like a baby?
You bet your ass he can. OK, that leaves me with Andy and Frankie. Let's have another topic. The topic is Scotland.
I have this covered. Is that your image of Scotland? You know that's three English blokes at a wedding? Do you remember years ago when they were making Braveheart, everyone said, oh, it's ridiculous, Mel Gibson playing a Scottish guy. That's not going to be very convincing. And look at him now, an alcoholic racist. The most Scottish thing I've ever seen, I was going through a town called Bathgate at about 11:30 at night, and there was a guy pissing against the front door. He then took out his keys and went inside.
Not going to be worth it now, is it?
On travel news, of the greatest travel story of the week was Tina the tortoise. Tina the tortoise lost a leg, so they attached a rear wheel to the back of Tina's shell.
To be honest, it's going to make fuck all difference to that tortoise. You said they doesn't know what's going on. It barely moves anyway. They're going to put it in a box at Christmas and it'll die.
Thank you, Frankie, for steamrolling our gentle whimsy there. For taking our sweet little commentary about Tina and how this has changed her life and just going, Tina will die like the rest of us.
Tortoises don't hibernate, they live to one. Basically, is what I've discovered.
Really?
Well, just going by Blue Peter.
Does this mean, though, if one of the parents accidentally, Tina dies, right? Do they have to go to a pet shop, buy a similar-looking tortoise, get rid of the leg, stick another wheel on the corner?
Just get a show pet next season, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I guarantee you it'll die in the middle of episode 1.
Miss Fat Ankle 2006.
I love you lots. Oh, let's see what Mr. Tiddles thinks of you. What do you think? Die, bitch!
What is amnesia? Is it A, memory loss, A, memory loss, or 4, the Battle of Hastings?
Welcome to my Dalek poetry reading. This one is called Daffodils. Exterminate daffodils.
What is amnesia? Is it A, memory loss?
I think the question everyone wants is, get your foot out, Adam. Yeah, go for it. Adam, have you ever put beer in your foot and drunk out of it? Yes.
Thank you, Adam, for what could have descended into freak show territory, but you held it together with an enormous amount of dignity, as we basically said, show us the weird thing! The next topic is things that would change the atmosphere at a dinner party.
Ignore the banging. She's been in there for 24 years.
Help yourself to Nibbles. He was our favourite hamster, but it's what he would have wanted.
Are you sure this is pork? Well, it's just because Mike Crackling has a tattoo.
Don't worry, we don't say grace. We just sacrifice a child to the great god Imhotep.
Doorbell! Excellent. That'll be Heather Mills and James Blunt. Hope he's brought his guitar.
I hope nobody's allergic to nuts, because I like to rest mine on the table.
Well, this is absolutely lovely. I say we all raise a glass to the Fuhrer!
10 of you arrived. Only one will leave.
Anyway, long story short, after about 2 hours, you couldn't tell what was poo and what was chocolate.
There is a vegetarian option. You can fuck off.
We can put that in the middle.
Guys, what are we doing making a Christmas album when we could clean up with a calendar? October! Is that Darryl loading hay bales in October? What is going on? Oh, my God.
You don't just...
What are you doing?
Don't give up the nipple. No. You don't show the nipple. That's the juice. You've got to hold that back.
I'll let you in the secret. I've got 2.
Do it some more. Do it some
more. Anti-clockwise, anti-clockwise. Oh, yeah.
Where will you be? Will you be, like, you know, sitting behind a piano or something? Or maybe, you know, what?
I'll be on top of the piano like the Fabulous Baker Boys.
Where will you be, Dara?
That's what you call your testicles.
I see Dara as a sort of a farm hand. Just logs everywhere, just loads of girls going...
Yeah.
Or it could be very artistic. It could be very artistic. It could be like Munch's The Scream, and it's just you completely naked.
Yeah. I like this album.
Thank you very, very much. In a kind of is that my cock out? Oh!
Here, on a bridge in Norway.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Replay of it. It was a lovely moment. I think you've...
I just remembered something.
But show them what you did. It was fantastic. You went... And then went like that, and you all were talking.
Did I really?
Yeah. You
I do that kind of thing the whole time. That's entirely me.
Do it again. Right.
Bath time arse disaster?
Yes.
Again, another video.
I have to say, the answer I was looking for was bath time arse disaster. He's supposed to have a flu buddy that you got to pair up with somebody and they'll deliver the injection to you if needs be.
Exactly, but if it was my mates, they'd just pop a bit of Viagra in or something like that. Yeah, you're going to die. Have some donuts. Have some fun. Then get on yourself. See how many you can get.
Donuts? With Viagra? What the hell are you doing?
You're there. I'm nearly dying, and I'm flinging them gently on.
Ring donuts, not jam donuts.
Yeah, I'm not a
But
beast.
where's he putting them?
He's not doing like that.
God.
Why?
It's how I'm nearly dead, Frankie. Can I not have some fun?
Find a woman, leave the pastries alone.
Traffic is things you wouldn't hear on Songs of Praise.
Hello, Canterbury, let's make some fucking noise!
Yeah, there's any number of these. The Labour leader Ed Miliband has complained previously that he's been referred to on the subtitling as the Ed Miller Band. Viewers were so surprised to see that the famous religious leader visiting a local town was in fact the Archbitch of Canterbury. Ooh, call this a church? I don't think so.
I saw that one come up.
This is a power move, lunging. Like, look how you feel now. We're kind of having an argument. What about now?
I used to farm cats, and let me tell you, their eggs don't taste nearly as chocolatey as they look.
This will never work, Frodo.
OK, do you know what story struck me during the week? This, you may not have seen one. It was a story in Ireland in the Evening Herald in Dublin last week. And it's quite a moving story. It's about Alzheimer's disease.
Oh.
It was, yeah. And the story basically was being a big head may be good for you. Scientists found that large-headed individuals with Alzheimer's have better memory and thinking skills than sufferers with small heads. All of which is quite interesting. You see, the next paragraph I found difficult to take. People with larger than average heads, like comedian Dara O'Brien, appear to be better protected if they develop Alzheimer's disease, as studies suggest. Now, that would be all right if it wasn't for that. Like, the article actually came with a giant photograph of me next to the article, under the word big head, that protected me at that time. Written underneath that was extra large, : report is good news for Dara O'Brien. No, it's not. It's not good news, because I suddenly realised I've got a big head, apparently.
What do you mean you've suddenly realised?
What do you mean you suddenly realised?
Dara, protect us from the Alzheimer's.
Back in Canada, I did some modelling. It was for medical, it was for penile dysfunction. It was a before and after picture.
This is true. I didn't model. I don't model for big head. I don't regard myself as having a large head. I don't have difficulty buying hats. I don't have difficulty getting into jumpers. My head has caused me no...
When did those three guys get here?
Look at me. I'm going to take you to a hall of mirrors and show you how you should look.
The kid from Mars. See, look at that. It's fine.
Your head is absolutely enormous. In fact, on a normal-sized head, that would be a full head of hair.
To put in context how big it is, Dara, it has its own gravitational field. It's pulled in an entire planet behind it. This desk was straight when we started.
I was expecting sympathy. That's why I introduced it.
What I did was I said something about... I revealed a weakness in front of 6 comedians, and I thought, there's a group that'll help me through this.
I think of you all as friends. I don't think of you as comedians.
I saw one of the women interviewed from the site, and she said, putting a traveller in a house is like putting a traveller in a prison. But yet they're building them.
You can put a traveller in a lodge.
What is that character?
It's Jeanette.
Sounds like one of the Terrorhawks.
They're always claiming this
You've gone through
mysterious...
so many different countries with that accent as well. Welsh, French...
What do you think? Did you hear the woman? She went, I put a curse on you, I put a curse. They're always giving it the curse. The minute it kicks off, I put a curse on you.
Oh, in that case, we'll leave it then. You say where you like.
Right now, everybody watching this has got their remote control going, there's something wrong with the sound.
The answer is chickens, nurses and rain. What is the question?
Is it, what does Heston Blumenthal put in a trifle?
Is it name 3 things?
Is it what are the most used sound effects in the radio drama Monsoon Poultry Hospital?
There's been another monsoon for the chickens. Why are all the actors Scottish in Monsoon Poultry Hospital? Doctor, I think this chicken is drowning.
All the things that my gran says are stealing her money when I go and visit her in the care.
Is it what are the opening stage directions in the television drama Monsoon Poultry Hospital?
Chickens, nurses, rain, a man walks through the fog.
Well, this is the hospital I'm working in now, isn't it?
What was the name of Foghorn Leghorn's controversial early career porn film?
I'm sorry, I want to do more chicken hospital. We've lost him. We've lost him. That's finishing off the chicken at the end of it.
Doctor, get me the beaster.
I'm part of a film investment scheme. I put all my savings into the big budget production of Monsoon Poultry Hospital. I think it's right. Well, you're involved as well. I mean, because I play the role of Morag the nurse. Monsoon Poultry Hospital. I think we're going to make a lot of money back. It's it's me and you are involved.
It's nice to know where the budget for this show goes.
I want to know, by the way, how well I look as a nurse. Surprisingly fitting. Big shoulders.
You've got a hint of the readers' wives about you there.
If you turned up at my bed in a hospital, I'd discharge myself.
Listen, I have no surprise, no doubt you'd discharge yourself. My favourite Olympic torch story, by the way, is this week the Olympic torch was brought on the raft to the slalom course. What brilliant plan is this? Right, 1 second later, there's the Olympic torch.
What's weird about the Olympic torch days is it's having this incredibly exciting time. It's been on a zip wire in Newcastle, it's been sailing, it's been whitewater rafting. It's like it's got some sort of deal with the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
It's like it's as if it's sort of somebody's stag do or something, isn't it? Taking the Olympic torch, whitewater rafting. I'm amazed it wasn't left in the booth of a lap dancing club or something. I've got so many of my umbrellas.
My favourite story during the week of the procession of the torch and the endless procession of the torch is Jill Mackinson-Sanders, who's the mayor of a town called Louth in Lincolnshire, who decided, as the torch was passing through her town, to dress up as one of the local products of the town of Louth of Lincolnshire. The town of Louth of Lincolnshire apparently is famous for its sausages. Here's how she tried to dress up to welcome the torch. She ran alongside the torch, as a giant penis down the street, screaming. It does not look like me. Nothing. My arms do not start above my chin.
No, let's the 100th programme and the first time we've been heckled by the audience. You look like a penis sausage.
Penis. Do you want to do it? You probably can do some clever directorial thing just to disprove the fact that I look, you know, can be done. Lucy, just to scotch the rumours that I look anything like a 6-foot-tall penis sausage.
Oh, look there.
Nothing like that.
Hold your cards up. Other way. Other hand.
Well, somebody's got a new Twitter avatar.
I'm always really freaked out by Megabus. It's not the weirdest thing in the world, the Megabus. Nothing against the bus service itself, but when you drive, like you drive a lot of time on the motorway, going to gigs, like the back of the Megabus when you're driving along, like for those of you who haven't had the pleasure, there's times you just get hypnotised by that weird. There are many things I've observed. Firstly, why does that man have such large breasts? Staring at that man's breasts, going, that is to say, what kind of...
Where can you go for £1?
I thought you'd have to contact Megabus. There's an address there.
I have to put plus a 50p booking fee, as if people are going to go, well, that's a rip-off.
I'm telling you this for the entire... In my ear, constantly, people are going, wear the hat, wear the hat, wear the hat, wear the hat. Yeah, they give me a yellow hat because they think I look like the Megabus guy.
That means that man looks like a penis sausage.
They should call it penissausage.com. Oh, something else is already called.
You're just bringing this up to try and make everybody forget that you look like a penis sausage. That's exactly what's going on here. You just look like a penis sausage in a yellow hat.
Oh, no! I have lost ownership of the joke now.
Somebody's got another new Twitter avatar.
Happy Christmas.
Happy Christmas.
This is the DVD your uncle bought you. Yeah. Okay, the next topic is unlikely things to hear in a science documentary.
But will they find a cure in time? The last hope for mankind lies with scientists here at the Laboratoire Garnier.
And as the sperm swim towards the eggs, it's hard not to think that I've ruined this fried breakfast.
I'm never again going to have a fried breakfast.
Andy Dufresne. When he walked into Shawshank, I knew he was fucked.
Okay, the next topic is commercials that never made it to air.
Have you got a wicked side? Then you're a prick.
Take 2 bottles into the shower. Not anymore. I've got a proper dildo.
With ABS, sat-nav and airbags, this may be the most advanced condom you ever buy.
Cash for cash. Send us your cash in an envelope and we'll send it back, minus commission.
Ash for cash. Put your cremated relatives in an envelope.
Got that bloated feeling? My uncle had that. He was dead in a week.
Smash for cash. Put in mashed potato in an envelope.
Why have we got barbecues at low, low prices? Because the summer's been shit and no one's bought them.
At the Dogs Trust, we never put down a healthy dog. But the minute one coughs, it's in the Thames.
Do you suffer from unsightly chest hair? Should have gone to Peck Shavers.
Lynx. Come on, virgins, wash your cocks.
Dara O'Brien. We work, so he doesn't have to.
No.
Keep rolling.
And welcome to the History of Mocknamik Part 2, now the later years. Hope you enjoy it.
The only piece of really exciting memorabilia we found was, I think it was on sale in Asda during the week. This is great. It's great for a number of reasons, not least the name of it, which we can show is, it's called Wearing Flag. I got me wearing flag. It has been slightly controversial, this one, for reasons I can't quite figure why this has been as controversial as it has been. I can't see any kind of negative connotations with this at all.
I'll tell you what, that Gandalf's let himself go, hasn't he?
Romesh, if you're walking down the street and a number of men, enthusiastic English supporters, happen to be walking down the street towards you, they'd just been to Asda, they'd also bought the burnable lawn crosses, it's bizarre. Oh, you'll find the Death Star will be quite operational when your friends arrive.
You look racist, but you look so adorable.
What unusual present might people be giving this Christmas?
It's actually sperm.
It is sperm. Yes, it is sperm. Yeah.
But
It's
this
not an unusual gift. Horrific return policy. Not interested.
You said 14 days.
Oh, you've lowered the tone down.
in, haven't you? You've got to go into the bank. Like, I don't know about anyone else. I do most of my banking online now, so...
Moving on, OK. What's going on here?
This is me and my homies going to the sperm bank.
They are actually very lucky to get this shot at all, because this is Zanussi's new walking, talking washing machine.
Jones, I know I don't take part in these rounds, but it does look like somebody bleached the Minions.
This is the state of dogging in 2020.
Is it going for a walk in Tier 5?
It looks like someone's bleached the Minions.
Yeah. Dara, guess which one of those is going to get used?
That's industrial espionage.
Little do you know, there's a volcano just there, and this is actually how they make lava lamps.
It looks like someone's bleached the Minions.
Stop it.
I'm just giving them options, Dara.
I tell you what, it looks like someone's bleached the Minion. That's a choice of 3.
Or, at least allow me into the choice.
I'm quite glad to see that the COVID restrictions haven't hit the porn industry too hard. But it does look a bit like someone's bleached them.
Joining in again. That's it. 15 years I waited to join in. I finally joined in, and you just bullied me out of it. From here on in, I'll just do the buzzing. That's all I do. That's my life. Does anyone tell us what it actually is?
It could be 2 things. I think this is a story about America, where they found a massive hornet's nest, which there's a sort of Asian type of hornet which has made its way into North America.
Could be that.
They've got rid of with a vacuum thing, or someone has bleached it.
It's probably not worth it now.
Shit, actually. Do it.
Stop. Welcome to the salon. Yes, we've actually got a special on for Wookiees. Yes, we're doing a waxing. It's for your Chewbacca, Saka and Cracker.
That'd be great. You know, you should do it during the Star Wars topic rather than...
I get so overwhelmed. This is so overwhelming to me. This is very overwhelming.
It is an unlikely thing to hear during an election. Commercials that never made it to air.
Mr. Muscle loves the jobs you hate, apart from blowjobs. He doesn't do blowjobs.
Yes, we've got a special actually on at the salon today. Yes, for Wookiees. Yes, it's a waxer for your Chewbacca, Saka and Cracker.
That was Tom Allen with Jedi for the Straight Guy.
Private Browsing. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what I'm doing like Benny Hill. Private Browsing, at your service. Madam. Benny Hill would do. No, it'd be like, you know, what's it, the paper clip that would appear. It seems ridiculous.
You look like you're buying some pornography.
Small animated soldier came out and said, "Do you want to look at the porn?" Private Browser can help you with that. I'm amusing myself here. It's the last record of a long summer, you know? Literally, I've got to enjoy this, because in 3 days' time I'll be going, over the next 12 weeks, 20 candidates will be putting themselves in sugar.
Private Browsing's going to get some visitors.
He's going to get some fucking hammering.
I think your penis is going to get some corporal punishment.
There'll be some major damage and general recklessness. What nutrient and Colonel Abrams? Sorry, we'll bring it back. Sorry, did I even carry on with the show? Sorry. Yeah, or whatever.
You boys have got a shared past. We can only imagine that.
They wanted to compare it to a film that brought suffering to millions. They should have compared it to that one about Princess Monaco of Kent. No, is that her name? Princess Monaco. I don't know her fucking name. I just know it was a terrible film.
Princess Grace
I'm never talking
of
again.
Monaco. Princess Monaco of Kent.
My magic powers are strong. Put any penis in my hand and watch it grow.
Your Majesty, I have ridden here for 2 weeks on horseback to deliver this important message from your brother.
What did French police recently lose at Marseille Airport?
Was it Princess Monaco of Kent?
Do you know what, Gary? When you get one thing wrong, they can be very mean on this show, can't they?
Oh, come on, this is happy. This is nice mock the week, right?
We talk a lot about Winston Churchill's achievements, but we don't talk nearly enough about that ass!
Well, Cinderella, she said, I'm your fairy princess, Princess Monaco of Kent.
Eat a powder Ramesh, OK. Oh, I should have announced that. You could have just quietly powdered Ramesh instead.
Looks a bit peaky.
Yeah.
The brown's wearing off.
Why do I want a crown? Well, I'm Princess Monaco of Kent.
This is most unusual, madam. You don't seem to have any teeth at all. What's that? You here for a smear test? That's next door.
OK, the next topic is...
If I'd have added Princess Monaco of fucking Kent to the end of that...
If the Brexit is a draw, does it go to penalties or is it another one?
I think at the minute the whole thing's even more confusing than it has been. That's why all this is going... The whole in and out thing, I think everyone's finding it difficult.
Yep.
In and out is a very hard decision. It's like the other day, my flatmate was making me a peppermint tea, and he said, would you like the bag leaving in or taken out? And it's very hard, because if you leave the bag in, then over time, the cup of tea itself as a whole will get stronger. And it might appear like the bag is getting weaker, but it's now part of a stronger cup of tea. Whereas, if you take the bag out, the tea is now quite weak, and the bag itself goes directly in the bin.
That may be the smartest thing anyone has said in the last 2 months.
Stop being rude with Trudeau.
The thing is, though, I kind of only like Trudeau because his name sounds like when someone from Croydon is trying to convince you that they're not lying. Trudeau, innit?
I could not deliver that joke. I could not land that joke.
You just changed it to Ireland, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's Trudeau.
That'd be true enough, though, no?
Oh, and welcome to Cooking After You've Come Home Pissed. Tonight we're doing a cup of soup that's slightly gone past its best before date. It tastes a bit better if you put some HP sauce in it.
Part man, part machine, part bird, part drum. It's Robo Bongo Cuckoo Cup. Thank you very much.
And then Paddington told the lady bear to brace herself before flipping her over and opening a fresh jar of marmalade.
Welcome to Sunhill Police Station. I'm PC, every British actor's first TV gig, and this is Sergeant Too Ugly for Hollyoaks.
Hello, I'm Nigella Lawson, and welcome to the non-innuendo cookery hour, where we'll be teaching you how to cook, dick, wank.
Anyone can make this. You can't, Beatrice. Sorry, you can't beat rice.
Let's just all go home. Welcome to another edition of Cooking with Pins. So this way you just stick it in the oven, turn up to 190, have a nap. When the smoke alarm goes off, it's done!
We use the finest Highland cattle.
I've got Toad in the hole, so I'm just going to go to the loo. You chat amongst yourselves.
Well, we could ask a proper scientist about this, or we could ask Dara O'Brien.
They call me the Wi-Fi because I'm not strong in the bedroom and I go down on you during Zoom meetings.
The first subject is things you wouldn't hear on a breakfast show.
Morning.
Just checking, this isn't live, is it?
How has a monkey sparked debate this week?
Oh, it's the selfie monkey.
It is the selfie monkey, you're absolutely right.
That's obviously quite an old story, the monkey that took the selfie, and we all like that picture, but now it's like in court that who owns the rights to the image?
Yep,
and some people, it's debates of whether it's the photographer who owned the camera and left it there for the monkey to play with, or if it is the monkey who owns the right to a photo it didn't know it was taken.
Whatever quid it costs to take a photograph on something like Mock the Week, the monkey will be sitting somewhere in Borneo or somewhere going, cha-ching.
Making it rain, darling.
Making it rain.
The funny thing about this is the fact that, like, how degrading for the photographer that the greatest photo that was ever taken was done by a monkey, and not him.
But the monkey's not going to have a career as a photographer. I'm not going to go to a wedding and they're going to go, where's the photographer? Masturbating and throwing shit at the bridesmaids.
Not again, anyway. Here's our wedding photos. It's just a load of selfies taken by a monkey, obsessed with itself.
That'd be great.
In the veil, holding the boat.
That better not a bit of yourself again.
You doing a selfie again, selfie monkey?
Just wasting everyone's time.
OK, no, just the bride's family. Just the
If you can't see the camera, I can't see you.
In other news,
yeah,
what has the Devon Primary School banned this week?
Inbreeding.
They've banned a dance, haven't they?
They've banned
the flossing dance.
Flossing, they've banned, yes.
Which is from Fortnite, isn't it?
It's not from Fortnite. Yeah.
No, I don't know anything about
Sorry, I got very angry about that, didn't I? I really got angry. It's not from Fortnite, right?
Yeah, Grandad, get with the programme.
It's just a dance that
just
we kids do.
Dara,
right?
can you floss?
I can floss, but I'm not going to do the flossing. Of
course you are.
Do that. You can do that as long as you want. Really, it has have no power over me. I don't have to floss for anyone.
You're approaching this all wrong. The way to do it is very... I know this man. It's simple as this. I don't believe you.
That's very clever, but now you've told me you're method. My arse am I going to floss on national television?
Dara, Susie and I will do it with you.
Don't get me involved in this, mate.
Hey, why did I get passed?
Whoa. You start we're going that way first, and then the crossover. We are likely to make this very, very bad, right? This is what banned in school. If you're watching in Devon, turn it off now. So it's grand. I've just won my game of Fortnite, and then... No, too much space. No, too much space. It's
Dara,
that.
that's not it.
It's that. I feel that is...
There we go, I've got it.
I was literally doing that.
Watching that is the youngest I've ever felt in my life.
If anyone thinks that had no satirical value, right, on a topical show, let me just say this. What happened there was the will of the people was respected no matter how stupid the idea was.
Dara, how long did it take you to fall in love with Brian Cox?
You take that back! He's just a better version of you. Tell him it's not true! Tell him it's not true!
No, it's not. It's not.
I'm going to take you to space and back! There's Uranus.
What?
Come on.
Ed, all your humour is over there.
I literally only bring a notepad to make it look like I've thought of stuff.
Ordy-door-de-door, leprechaun.
OK, next topic is... unlikely things for Andy Murray to think.
I know it's championship point. I could really do with a poo.
I wonder if my mum's watching today. Of course she is. She's always watching.
Wish Kim would shut up.
Oh, Ed Barney's so funny. He's so good.
When are Athena going to make a poster of me scratching my ass?
God, it's great having an enormous penis.
I think I just saw Ivan Lendl raise his eyebrow. That means he's just ejaculated.
Who threatened to upstage Theresa May at this most important moment of her career?
It was the lectern man.
Yeah?
Oh, he was so fit.
I think he gives a very unrealistic indication of what the average sound guy looks like. I mean, I think, especially up the sound guys at Mock the Week, are amongst the ugliest people I've ever...
OK, meanwhile, how did former Conservative MP Rory Stewart upset two Irish musicians?
Grown-up Rhys James.
Yeah, Rhys James is the future.
You love it when we bring this up, don't you, babe? You love it.
What a wonderful person to look like.
It is the...
Every time.
I think that's unfair because he looks like a zombie of Rhys James, which is double spooky because Rhys already looks like a ghost.
Isn't it infuriating that when Ed gets a lookalike, it's someone from Love Island, a TV show about sexy people? When I get one, it's a 46-year-old Tory who looks like a haunted puppet.
It really just looks like your bit of hair that's folded over has just flipped up.
What? Yeah, tell me again, what is it that how did he get in trouble?
So he had a video of him meeting two Irish musicians who happened to be black in Brick Lane, and he refers to them later on as minor gangsters. Now, you can't just assume that everyone that you meet is black. That is black. Yeah, that would be a weird... That would be a weird...
You're right, Angela, you can't... I did that for many years.
That is the most woke thing I've ever heard. I don't think you're black.
There was a woman in my village up in Yorkshire. We lived in like a dip, like that, and there was a woman in my village. No one knew her name. She was just known as 10 to 2 because whenever it got icy, she used to walk down the hill with her feet like that, going 10 to 2, 10 to 2, 10 to 2. No one ever found out her name. Even in the summer, people would be like, "There's 10 to 2, 10 to 2, 10 to 2." 10 to 2.
Amazing, you get more Yorkshire every week on this. I never thought I'd hear from you. When I was in Yorkshire, we lived in a dip. She fell down dip one day, she became 6:30.
Moving on, what new feature on the phone app Snapchat has become the latest viral trend?
Terrible. It's that thing where you get to turn yourself into another gender.
Yes, that is an app that everyone has become slightly obsessed with the last one. Your photo, hang on, let me see if we can do this on a feed. Can you pull it up? I don't think I'm doing it. I don't think one of the cores.
Even with this filter, the hair is still sort of invisible.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what you look...
Oh, God.
I'll tell you what you... Dara, you look like the Megabus man's wife.
I'm scared if I do it, I'll just look the same.
You're on the female ones, you have to...
Oh, I look like someone else.
Oh, that's the female.
I look like if I don't pluck my face.
Harry looks like the sort of man who cuts his own hair.
This is what I'd look like if I got paid 25% more.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Oh. Has anyone ever wanked over themselves? Rhys, I look like your fit mum. Rhys!
Real.
I've come to pick you up from school wearing my shortest skirt. Jailbait!
Well, aren't you the cutest little GCSE student?
It is me, Ed Gamble. And if I go across a couple, it is me, Rob Beckett.
OK, the next topic is unlikely things to hear at New Year.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, and some prawn crackers, thanks.
Charlie couldn't believe he was being allowed into the chocolate factory. His girlfriend had been dead against it for years.
me, the topless bar for the gentleman who prefers the older lady.
Oh, the England manager, him.
Yes. I wear a lot of waistcoats as well, may I say, so I don't know if it's exclusively Gareth Southgate who's made them popular.
Well, I mean...
All I'm saying, Gareth, is I see you. If you shoot for the king, you better not miss.
Yes, rectal exams can often be awkward. I find it lightens the mood if I sing a little song while I'm doing it. One finger, one thumb, keep moving.
Last New Year's party really ended with a bang for me when I drunkenly mistook a party popper for a tampon.
We had a harp in our house.
Only the Prince of Wales could afford...
We had a harp in our house.
How Irish are you?
I'm unbelievably Irish. I am the most Irish person of all. Come dance with me in Ireland. We had a harp in the house, yeah.
Were the poor children of your town allowed to come and play the harp?
No,
they didn't have their own.
They would dance as I played. They would dance as I played.
There will come a court case when they will replay this as evidence.
Yes. I come from a very different world.
Did he have anything? Did you have clothes that you could put on when you were playing the harp?
No, I played it naked. You straddle it. You straddle the harp naked, a leg on either side, right? But you hold your genitals close into the round bit so they're not there, and then you.
And if you're drunk, you just bang it with your lad. Bing, bing, bong. Bing, bing, bong.
I challenge you all. None of you who can play the harp with your penis like I can. None of you. Is there a man here who can play the harp with his penis?
Did you just call it your lad?
Your lad. That's what you call it.
No, it's not.
It is, isn't it? We're in harp-playing country. That's what you call it, right?
I wonder Obama was looking surprised.
Well, that's the NATO summit covered.
This show, man, it makes some points. It makes some points satirically, you know.
What's wrong, Britain? Too much truth for you?
We start with a round called Picture of the Week. In this round, I show the panel a topical image and ask them to tell me what's happening. So, what's happening here? There we go, ladies and gentlemen, the end of comedy. That's it. There's literally nothing we can add to this particular story. Once you've shown that picture, that's it. It's all over, folks. Time to go home. That picture has finished it. 250 years of satire, and it's now done. That's it.